beyond all reason. Please just let it go. Let it go, Victor. It is impossible for you to win this war.
Watch me.
You gave him everything he wanted, and betrayed your own daughter to do it. So where is he, Mom, huh? Where's Ridge? Ridge!
Moving speech, really. Almost Shakespearean, wasn't it? Hey y'all, my bold and the beautiful fans. Welcome back to the channel where the tea is always hot. I mean, craziness is always crazy, and the drama on the Bold and the Beautiful is so extra it needs its own therapist. You know what? I'm going to give you a few highlights and buckle up because today's episode was hotter than Sheila in a police lineup, and trust me, everybody was out of pocket. First, we have the situation going on over at the hospital where Finn actually grabs Grace and try to shake some sense into her to get his answers. We got something going on, and it looked like maybe a slow burn toward a Liam and Hope reunion. That's just my opinion. And then what happened over in Naples looked like as Brooke falls off that boat, he jumps in the Mediterranean, meaning Ridge, to save her life. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and unpack this August 5th episode. So let's start out over at Bill's place where we got Hope playing Florence Nightingale on steroids, fluffing Liam's pillows and feeding him validation like he's on life support. Hope is like, oh, you're so strong, Liam. You beat brain cancer. You're my hero. And Liam, he's like, honestly, Grace saving me is a second miracle. The first was getting Beth back. Reese who? Never heard of him. Well, y'all about to hear about him again. Anyway, I guess the irony is thicker than Ridge's ego. Like, are we really out here thanking the ex-wife of the same man who sold your baby like a Louis Vuitton knockoff? I mean, soap karma is petty, and I'm telling you, it's something crazy. Then we cut over to that hospital, and Finn came in swinging. I mean, he came in hot. He stormed into Grace's office looking like a walking malpractice lawsuit and said, you want to explain to me why Liam's brain cancer cost a cool $1 million when not a single neural specialist laid eyes on his head? Ooh, the math ain't mathing and the scans ain't scanning. Now, Grace tried to play it cool and cute. It was private. Yeah, right, ma'am. I mean, it ain't looking too good for you. And Finn was like, there was no incisions, especially ones that small. No post-op notes, no follow-ups. I mean, girl, his cancer disappeared faster than Ridge's commitment to any woman not named Brooke. Then Grace tried to hit the escape button, but Finn says, oh, no, you're not going anywhere, Miss Buckingham. You're going to sit your scandalous behind down, and I'm going to need you to do some splaining. And y'all, when I tell you she cracked like a clearance shelf eyeshadow palette through the tears and the snot, Grace confessed, okay, I made it up. Liam never had cancer. I just needed to pay off Reese's debt before the goons came from my daughters. They gave me a deadline and I panicked. Talking about wheezing dramatically, you mean to tell me we sat through Liam's miraculous recovery storyline for a scammer madness? Make that make sense. And finally, Ridge is at the hotel with Eric and hears that Nick is planning to propose. And I tell you, that man's jaw was locked so tight, I swear I heard it crack through the screen. Ridge is like the heck he is. Brooke's not about to run off and play Popeye with Captain Fish Sticks. Then Ridge stomps through the streets of Europe and slacks in fury until he runs into Thomas, not his son, who's mid-argument with a mechanic about Nick's boat that has 0 working brakes and the steering was bad, which basically steers like a Walmart cart. The mechanic is like, the vessel is one tide away from turning into a disaster movie. And you know Ridge, he heard disaster and suddenly he's James Bond in linen. And while both Brooke and Nick are actually having a meal before takeoff and enjoying themselves, they look like they're really excited. And of course, Brooke is smiling from ear to ear. We got Ridge leaving a voicemail. Yeah, and saying, "Hey Logan, get off the darn boat. It's giving Titanic with a side of janky engineering." But of course, Brooke and Nick are already sailing off, giggling and cuddling like they didn't just hop on a death trap with shrimp cocktails. Ridge is sprinting full Olympic speed along the dock like he's auditioning for Baywatch. He's screaming, "Brooke!" As Nick tried to avoid another sailboat, Brooke rolled right off into the Mediterranean. And this man, meaning Ridge, throws himself into that harbor like this is Mission Maroney Impossible. As Nick realizes, like, uh-oh, these brakes ain't breaking. Yeah, cue the dramatic soap splash as Ridge go full Captain Save 'em Logan and try to swim to the boat that just collided almost with another. Yeah, this ain't looking good for you, Nick, and obviously this ain't looking good for Taylor either. I guess this is the bridge reunion that they wanted us to have for the 10,000th time. Okay, so there you have it. We have Finn dragging Grace like a fake Gucci belt and got a full confession. We got Liam thinking he had cancer, but it was all a hot Buckingham lie. Hope is out here building a gratitude shrine to a fraud. We got Brooke probably somewhere wondering why her mascara is waterproof, but her love life is not. And Ridge is soggy and angry, chasing boats and blocking proposals like a madman. Yeah, boy, Soapies. Yeah, crazy. This show has officially jumped the shark. Backstroke across the Mediterranean got caught in Ridge's hair gel. And I guess we're living for it. If you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, hit that like button. And if you think that Ridge deserves a lifeguard medal, don't forget to subscribe for more soapy breakdowns. And until next time, we'll see you all soon. Bye, Soapies.